I think it's our view of money that gets us going and overdoing it in these activities. You know, like just our perspective. If we don't view ourselves as an asset, then we're gonna forever work for money, and we're gonna forever be on that what you call that hamster wheel. You know what I mean? Burning ourselves out and just really overdoing it and not really utilizing our truest asset that we can't get back, which is time. You know, and if we don't learn to invest in our time, it's gonna be taken from us.
Yep.
Real quick.
Right.
What's happening, people? Welcome back to Be More to Do More podcast, where we help you to become the person you need to become to do the things you call to do. Your boy Tone in the building and
Henry A. Harden.
the what?
The third.
Don't forget the three. You already know, Matt. Hey, man, I'm so excited.
What up, man?
Man,
What you got?
Time about to change.
Yeah.
We springing forward now. I'm loving it, bro. Like, I get excited around this time, man, because this is the time that it get a little warm outside. I get to take my son for a walk. I just love it, man. He's a little bigger now than last year. So.
Yeah. So he walking.
Yeah, he walking. So I get excited, man. But more so, I got something in my eye. This ain't good. But more so, I feel like I get more time in my day.
Yeah.
When spring forward get, because you know when it get dark,
That's how I feel.
I get sleepy and all that, man. But I feel like I get more time for my day, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how about we just talk about that?
Let's talk about time.
Let's talk about time.
Yeah. What are you doing with your time? What should you do with your day? Like what? And it may be more of an advanced thing later on that we might do, but I really just want to explore let's call it 5 activities that you should complete in a day.
Why should we do this?
So as we go through these activities, right, you'll notice that it helps you build yourself, right? Shout out our doobies out there, right? Doobies.
Yeah.
It's helping you become the person you need to become, right? To do the things you call to do, right?
Right.
And when you look at these 5 things, what they allow you to do is they allow you to be whole.
Yeah, wholeness. Let's keep it PG.
Wholeness. Holistic.
Yeah.
But no, we're just gonna talk about those these 5 things that you should do every single day.
Okay.
To make sure that you are whole.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if you've ever, and I'm gonna start with the lyric of the week.
Hold on. There we go.
Lyric of the week. You got a lot of money. I ain't trying to be funny. But to say where you going, you ain't really gonna need it.
Whoa.
Lupe Fiasco.
Whoa. Where they going, sir?
So yeah, sometimes we put so much focus on finances and money, and
yeah, that's true.
That we really need to look at the holistic view,
right,
of our lives.
No, that's true.
Because at the end of the day, right, that's what's gonna matter when it's all said and done when we leave from here, right?
I agree.
It's not gonna be about how much money you make.
Right.
It's gonna be about what impact did you leave? Whose life did you impact? And it's not just financially.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
I agree. I think it's our view of money that gets us going and overdoing it in these activities. You know, like just our perspective. If we don't view ourselves as an asset, then we're gonna forever work for money, and we're gonna forever be on that what you call that hamster wheel. You know what I mean? Burning ourselves out and just really overdoing it and not really utilizing our truest asset that we can't get back, which is time. You know, and if we don't learn to invest in our time, it's gonna be taken from us.
Yep.
Real quick.
Right.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna do it right now. I was gonna do the scripture, but we'll do that later.
All right, let's jump into it.
Yeah, man, what we got? Look, hold on, man. I want to call it Spring Forward. For Spring Forward. Let's spring forward.
Yeah.
And spring forward.
All right.
Okay.
Let's spring forward. Let's the first spring of springing forward. When you wake up.
Okay.
And I recommend doing this in the morning. It should be in the morning time.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The most important item, in my opinion.
Okay.
The most important item or activity that you should have in your day.
Okay.
Is spiritual.
Spiritual.
So that could be reading your word, right? That could be praying,
right?
Meditating,
right?
Listening to a sermon,
right?
You gotta get your blood flowing.
You got to,
and you put your and what the young folks call it, get your vibes right.
Get your vibe. You got to.
You gotta get your vibes right. If your vibe is off, no matter how much production or whatever you're trying to accomplish, it just ain't gonna feel good. It ain't gonna feel right.
That's
because
true.
your vibe and your spirit is off.
That's true.
Your spirit can't be off.
Right. I try to get all 4 of those in there. In the morning time. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like
your worship music,
like my spiritual time is my most important time, and I feel like if I even shortcut one, I feel bad. Not that I have a bad day, but I feel bad because I like to get all I really like to pursue the Lord. Not pursuing him that he's not there, but just pursuing his mind and his heart, like just that closeness. That's just my thing. That's what I love to do. So I put a big emphasis on spiritual life before anything else. So I try to get all 4 of those, man. But I understand that time permits. We can't do all 4 sometimes. Like if it's just like you say, meditating or praying or listening to gospel worship, reading the word or hearing a sermon, you have to get that in there to get your vibes right, man, because it sets the tone for your day.
Yeah.
So that's definitely true.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
What do you do, man?
I read my Bible first thing in the morning.
Okay.
It's so interesting. So I used to when I wake up, I couldn't read because I go straight back to sleep. Like I just go straight back to sleep.
Right.
But my cousin sent me a verse or something they wanted me to check out. And I read, it was a chapter. He's like, hey, man, you need to read this chapter. So I checked it out. And I was so caught up in the story that I wanted to keep reading. I was like, ooh, I'm excited to read. Right. Let me, read this tomorrow. Right. Let me read 1 chapter a day. Right. Because it was just a good story. I want to say it was, dang, I don't know what.
Was it Judges?
It was Judges? Was it Judges?
I think you called me about that.
Yeah, maybe it was Judges. So like now I done read all the Judges. I done read Ruth.
I don't even read Judges.
I don't read
Ruth is fire though.
Yeah. I got my thoughts on Ruth, but
maybe that's another pod. I'm so curious right now. I'm so curious.
And but like so now, like in the morning time, at least right now, it's almost invigorating for me to read, right? And which is usually is not like that. So normally what I would do is I would get my spirit right. I'll play some worship music, right, and kind of get in your little get in your bag there, so.
Right. What does that do for you for the rest of the day though?
Oh, I mean, it sets it up, right? It sets the tone, right? Pun intended.
Yeah. Go follow setting the tone. Even though I ain't on social media right now. Go ahead.
But it sets the tone for, and again, because like, if I walk into my son's room, right, and I don't, I'm going to wake them up, but I don't got my spirit right. Yeah. Like, what am I putting in them? Right, that's true. In their day. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm affecting, so it's important to get that thing done first. Right. So that way, the first person you see, the first person you speak to, whatever it is, you're impacting them from that moment. positively.
So that's a big part of like just leadership in general, because you being the leader of your house, you wake up, you set the tone for the house. You know what I mean? Just by getting your spirit right. And that's for me too, man. Like just waking up and, you know, getting into my, you know, spiritual bag or whatever, it helps me communicate effectively with my wife and just really enjoy my son. Not saying that I don't. I love my son, but you know, it's just it helps you. It helps me with patience too. You know, like it helps me to respond accordingly to how he want me to respond, and it keeps me to keep him top of mind throughout the day too.
Right.
You know, so yeah, that's very important, man.
Yeah. So the next action
what we got
that you should take
what we got
in your day, every single day, you should be doing this every single day.
What we're doing.
You got to get your mind right.
Got to get your mind right.
So what is your what mental state are you in? See, because spirit, like okay, you can you know, reading my word or meditating, praying, like that's gonna get my spirit right. But isn't that the same thing as my mental, right? Like no, like your vibe is something that, or your spirit is something that, you know, it's not really as tangible as your mental state.
Right.
I ain't gonna say your mental state is tangible, but just like
I got a viewpoint on that.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man. Finish your thought.
But so you know, the number 2 action that you need to take every single day is you gotta get your mental right.
Right.
So what does that look like? For me,
right.
It's I gotta listen to some like pumped up music now. Like I gotta like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or I also gotta listen. Also, you know, I gotta listen to, or I may listen to a like a podcast,
right,
to kind of get my mind going the way that I need. Like, I almost got to be in a. It almost puts me in a not just like a positive space, but I understand that if I'm not in a great mental space in terms of like happiness in a sense,
right? Like
happiness is internal.
Yeah.
So what can you impute in your life to make it, to switch it, to, you know, get what you need to be productive? I just think that you have to make sure that that mental side is taken care of. I
agree. My perspective on that, I don't see it as separate from spiritual. I see that it all intertwines. Just like the body, man. You know how you got your muscles and you got your veins and you got your skin and everything kind of commingle with one another. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Spiritual for me is like that when it comes to wholeness. You know, spiritual is the foundation. So my spiritual life leads into my mental. And I'll say this, spiritually is more of my relationship with God and just getting to learn God. But my mental is putting what I'm learning into practice.
Okay.
So now,
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
So now I'm learning who he is and how he viewed me.
Yeah.
Now my mental state is believing and speaking what I've heard from him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that puts me in a space to stay present and to keep going throughout my day or whatever. So yeah, it kind of leads to one thing leads to another.
Yeah. So do you think that it could be like, you could look at it like your spiritual, I kind of like what you said about it. Your spiritual is your relationship with God.
Oh yeah.
But your mental is your relationship with yourself.
You better.
I like that, bro. Like, you
killed it.
Hey,
killed it.
That's good.
Killed it.
That's good.
Killed it.
Dang.
Killed it.
Dang. What's your relationship with yourself? Ooh. How do you view yourself? Ooh. Oh. Got a lot of money, ain't trying to be funny. But to say where you going, you ain't really gonna need it.
Let's see. That's the thing, man. So you about to give me, man, God told Jeremiah, I knew thee before I formed thee.
Yeah.
I called you. Am I saying that backwards? Y'all probably know what I'm saying though. I called you while you was in your mother's womb. You cannot know who you are until you know who created you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the one who created you already had his intentions and motives for your life.
Right.
You need to know what those motives and intentions are. When you learn that, then you'll feel so much better about yourself versus, diving into your insecurities, fixed in your emotions about, something somebody said about you yesterday, because you understand who called you, you understand who created you, you understand these things. That's why spirituality is so important, because your relationship with God is a reflection. You knowing him, knowing his love for you, you learn from that about yourself and you pull that in for yourself. So it's super, it ain't deep, man, but it just it intertwines, man. That's
yeah. Nah, that was You speaking some bars right there, man.
Yeah, man. So. And then I listen to my pump music too.
Yeah.
after I get that go ahead, I'm good.
Your lit worship.
Yeah, man. So we know my lifestyle changed drastically. So I'm on what's his name? 1K.
1K Few. Yeah.
He like the cheat code. My bro SK put me on. He the cheat code for real.
Yeah, it's a lot of good, like, you got 1K Few, you got D1. I mean, you can
D1,
Lecrae.
Yeah,
Andy Mineo.
Yeah, I forgot you put me on him. I need to go back. I need to put him on the playlist.
There's some dogs out there, man. Like even Toby to an extent, right?
Oh,
he's not really a Christian rapper, but he's a rapper that's a Christian, I guess. But
we need to go over my playlist, man.
We get you right, man. We get you right. I got a whole. So, like, fun fact, it's totally unrelated, I guess, but since we're here, I'm gonna just tell you.
Go ahead.
So I got like a whole. I used to do like little like Christian mixes. Yeah. So me and my dog Tawana. Shout out to Tawana. I don't know what.
This is the second time you mentioned Tawana.
Yeah, Tawana was my dog, man.
From OG.
Yeah. So but like she would have she wouldn't put me on like Christian rap. I ain't because like I always heard it in like a corny way.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Me too.
And she put me on this. I'm like she put me. Actually, I want to say it was the Andy Mineo was like one of the first ones that I kind of heard. I was like, ooh.
Right.
He spit.
Right.
It was almost like hearing J. Cole for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Like it was that type of, because it was where I was in my life. Right. Like it was let's go. Right. But yeah, man, and what I did was I created a whole little mixtape that kind of like songs that at that time that would kind of sounded similar to what we currently listen to or people would like, and I just kind of volume 1, volume 2.
Oh, that's fire.
So I really probably need to get back into that and kind of make another volume.
Man, help people out. I be struggling.
1K Few would definitely be on there though.
Yeah,
for sure.
He fire. Yeah. That's one thing. Okay, mental.
Now, I'm good on mental. You good on mental?
I feel like it's some more there, man.
Maybe.
I think meditation helped with that too. Because I want to say the words say, "Be anxious for nothing," and but by all things, prayer and supplication, make your requests. With thanksgiving, make your requests known to God. Mm-hmm. I think anxiousness, depression, all of that stuff is a big mental disease. But I think meditation and praying and being in tune can help with that too. And just getting to know yourself and being okay with yourself and easy on yourself too. Yeah, and it keeps you present. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's all I got on that.
I'm glad you said that, right? Because I think I do believe that, and this may not be an everyday thing, right? But if mental is something that you really kind of struggle with, right? I'm a firm believer in getting somebody professionally to help.
Yeah, therapy. Therapy. I got therapy too.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, because like, and so many people think like, oh, go to therapy when you're going through something and blah 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 blah. Like, yeah, that's cool, but depending on who you are, you need therapy for maintenance purposes.
Yeah, that's why I go.
Like, don't go there when things are going bad. No, like this needs to be part of your weekly, monthly, whatever it is, routine.
Right.
So that way you can, always be in the space that you need to be in.
Right.
So.
Yeah, man. Shout out to LaTanya, my therapist. She broke up with us for a month. She said, "Look, man, y'all need me every week, every 2 weeks." So she said, "Well, we gonna give you a month." So shout out, and I've been trying to get on the pod, man, but she
playing, huh?
She no, I don't want to do that. That's okay.
Nobody ever does until they do it.
Yeah,
like, dang, I'm happy I did that.
Yeah, she's a little nervous,
like us, right? We want to record, just
right.
Here we are.
But I'm gonna shout her out, man. She fire. But anyway, go ahead, man.
Yep. Third activity.
What we got
that you should be doing every single day.
Yes, sir.
Is skill. Working on your skill.
Working on your
purpose.
Oh.
Right. That could be going to work.
Right.
Right. In a not just going to work to a job that you hate.
Right.
Right. It's actually going to work, or if you hate your job, you can't count as a skill, in my opinion.
Oh. So is this purpose or skill?
I think it's a little bit of both.
I want to say purpose.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
When you focused on purpose, why did I do that?
I like you about to say something fire, boy. the dramatic pause, just.
I get, dang, the pressure's on now. It better be fire. I think when you're. See, me having like 10,000 jobs, right?
Right.
I wish I would have got this sooner, but when you're purposed, focused,
right,
then whatever you do, I won't say you won't hate it, but you'll find purpose in what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I like that.
So you will find the skill necessary for your purpose in whatever you're doing.
Right.
Only if you're purposed focused.
Yeah, you got to be purpose focused.
And that was my problem. I didn't get that till I got with you, bro. Because I was like, I didn't like this job, but I learned that I accrued so many skills from these jobs that it built me to this person that I am now. And if I had known that while I was in the job, I probably would have been more intentional on making work what I need to make work.
Yeah.
So if doobies, listen, if you're on a job you hate, try to find purpose in what you're
doing.
Don't
even try, do it.
Yeah.
Like, why we trying for? What we trying for? What we trying? Let's be real. What we trying for? Like, do it. It's a decision that you got to make. Either you do it or you're not going to do it. Don't try to do it. Sorry. I'm just passionate about that.
Nah, man. Nah. We're not going to say try that. What's crazy is I took that word out of my vocabulary in 2014.
Did you?
Creep back in. Yeah. And it was out of my vocabulary for 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, appreciate it, bro. This is why, my man, collaboration, man.
Collaboration.
You know what I mean? Anyway, but focus on purpose. Like, if you're purpose focused, you'll find the skills you need to do the things that you're called to do. I wish I would have got that. This is what you know how they say scripture says work as if you're working unto the Lord.
Nah, I ain't heard that.
I gotta find that.
Yeah,
I gotta find it. I gotta find it. So yeah, work as if you're working unto the Lord. You probably don't like your manager, but that ain't your manager. The Lord is your manager.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Who does like their manager? Let's be real.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
who likes the person? I mean, can we get our emotions too much into stuff, right? Like, who really likes the person that's holding them accountable? That's what your manager is responsible for, is to hold you accountable, right? Like, I'm saying that. I'm saying that you hate your manager, right? But like, there's gonna be times where you get a little, oof, let me make sure I do this right, or you're supposed to feel uncomfortable around your manager.
Yeah.
Because they're there to make you better.
I think that's the thing, though. I think we focus too much on, I like this manager.
Yeah.
Feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like anybody who made me feel uncomfortable, to be real. I mean, unless it's just weird. You know what I mean? Like, if it's weird, uncomfortable, nah, I ain't trying to hang around you. But I need to grow.
Yeah.
And I like to grow. So if you're purpose focused, you're not gonna not like your manager, especially if they're making you grow.
Yep.
You know. But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I like the focus on purpose, because that allows you to be able to, again, whatever you do in life. I agree with you 100% on that, but then I think you have to with that focus, whatever you're doing, continue to build a skill set.
Yeah.
To be able to make your purpose even more impactful, right?
Right.
Because you might be able to, I don't know, let's say, all right, because it's an easy example, like weightlifting.
Right.
Right. My purpose is physical health.
Right.
Whatever.
True.
And I lift weights.
Right.
Well, you might lift weights 5 pounds. Let's say you lift 5 pounds, but the more you lift,
right,
it increases to 10 pounds. It increases 20 pounds.
That's true.
Your physique gets better. Now, instead of you helping just yourself get fit, people see your transformation.
Right.
And they start to ask you, now you're coaching them.
Right. Yeah.
And then, you know, there's another level, right? Because let's say you start coaching people, you get 100 people that you coached, and they see their translation life, and then they come to you and be like, "Hey, how did you start your coaching, your physical fitness business?"
Right.
So now you're teaching people
it's a business.
Yeah, now you're teaching people how to start a business.
Right.
Right. So that's a long way from I just need to lift for myself, right?
Yeah.
Like so as you build your skill set,
right,
you'll be able to increase and do more as time goes on.
Bro, to be real with you, that's why I got in Amway. Like, I didn't get in Amway. Eventually, my goal changed when I got in there because I got excited. But
it'll do it to you, though.
Are you fired up?
Right.
I'm fired up.
I wasn't, but I think I am now.
I'm fired up, man.
Jacked up a Mountain Dew.
I was fired up, man. My goals changed and everything. Now I want to be diamond.
Right.
You know what I mean? But ultimately, I got it from Robert Kiyosaki. He said, if you want to learn business, start in multi-level marketing. I didn't know anything about business or entrepreneurship, but I knew that I knew that was my purpose. So I said, okay, let me start in MLM to learn how to do business before I actually start a business. So Amway did help a great deal. It taught me about management, leadership, self-help, all that, selling products, all of that. So that was my beginning. And I wanted to learn a skill in business, and that was my start.
Right.
So yeah, that makes sense.
No, I like that. And what I realized too, like, it's interesting, man, I'm telling you. So when you talk about purpose, right? Excuse me. When you talk about purpose, I get better at work from what I do here on the pod.
What?
Like, think about it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say think about it, but like what I realized is that I didn't start hitting like number one.
Right.
And, in the top, whatever. Like I was always in the like top half, right? Like I've, always been a decent performer, but I ain't really hit that upper echelon of performance.
Right.
Until I started talking about leadership, communication.
It made you better.
All those things on
too.
the pod.
Right.
Because it's constantly in my focus. I'm constantly building my skill set on these things.
And we had the conversations.
And we having conversations.
And it helped me. Because now, like, I don't have a big team, but I know when I do get one, I kind of, because I knew we had the conversations. So I'm like, what? I'm learning from your experience. You know what I mean? When I get like 50 people under me. So I know, okay, this is what Henry was talking about back then. This is what I can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just really helps us. My bad. That mean you interrupt.
No, you're good. You're good.
I just got fired up. Go ahead.
No, but basically what I'm saying is that if you're chasing purpose,
right,
no matter what it is, no matter what you're doing, it's gonna overall help you get to where you want to go.
Man, what?
So that's all I want to say on that.
Hot Cheeto man. Come on.
Hot Cheeto man.
That dude was cleaning
man.
up. He was a cleaner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he had the skills though. I ain't gonna tell you where he got the skills, but he had them.
So
anyway,
so that's number 3. So
number 3.
Number 1 is spiritual.
Okay.
Number 2 is mental.
Okay.
Number 3 is purpose.
Okay.
Or skill.
Okay.
Right. Number 4, the 4th activity that you have to do daily.
What is it?
This is the one that we all struggle with.
What is it?
Physical. Us as Americans, Americans are fat. Let's be real. We're lazy. We don't want to do it. Don't want to work out, right? Our food is bad. It is what it is, right? You got to take care of your physical health.
This true though, bro. And I struggle with this. I get to say it's true because I have my times when I'm hot and I have my times when I'm not. You know what I mean? This is why I'm not right now.
You're so silly. I got times when I'm hot, times when I'm not.
But right now I'm not. Yeah, I mean, it's just what it is. But I noticed the difference between when I am on, you know, and it's easier to achieve the things that I need to achieve when I'm physically good. You know, it's easier to wake up at 5 when I'm physically good, when I ain't eating a lot of trash, when I'm not, you know what I mean, when I'm working out. It's easier for me to rest better at night when I'm working out. You know, it just makes, this is my mobile. This is how I get around, you know, and the bigger your purpose, the more pull on you there is, you know, and you have to be able to maneuver. If you can't maneuver, then you're going to fail, just point blank.
I mean, just think about all the traveling that you have. Like, let's say you're this big motivational speaker or thought leader in whatever, right? Like, you have to travel. Right. You have to speak. Right. You're going to have long nights because you're constantly developing, you know, pouring into people. True. If you're not in peak physical condition or in a good physical condition, like, you're going to burn yourself out and you're going to be tired, right? Yeah. And this is and like you said this, right? You said if you are better, you can wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever, better whenever you are have a good physical. Right. So really, when you knowing, and most of us know that, know that we feel better when we're eating right, when we're exercising, when our physical is where it needs to be, we're good. Yeah. But we're sick. Mentally. Because we won't do the things that are necessary, even though we know that they're going to help our physical and they're going to put us in a better spot. Right. Like, we're sick. Yeah. We have to figure out a way every single day to make the right choice. Right. To put yourself in that best physical condition. Right. And so you got to identify what's causing you not to do that. And when you know that this decision is going to produce greatness or help you produce greatness, because you're in your peak physical spot. I think I know what it is. Is that, and just speaking for myself, knowing that, I'm pretty ambitious, you know, and intentional. But when it comes to that arena, it's still work, you know, and not just working out, but work, because you have to be more intentional with now. So it's easier to be more intentional with business and then just lack in this area right here. You know what I mean? Or be more intentional with family, but lack in this area right here. Like, I know that it's easier to go get a pizza. Right. Than travel, 5 to 10 miles to go get, like a pita or a salad or something like that. Or even to get fresh vegetables, that's going to last you a day. Right. You know what I mean? That's going to cost you more than and then you got to prepare it, and then you got it's more intentionality when it comes to eating and eating and working out. But that part is also it's the biggest piece of intentionality. I think we just choose what we want to be intentional with. That's what it is, and well, in my case, right now in this season, not saying it because tomorrow I might just, get motivated and by the time we pod again, I'm good. Hot. I'm straight. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but just right now, I'm talking from right now. And then you're gonna be not.
Yeah.
Hot and then not.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah. But anyway.
Yeah. Physical piece, man. It's so ask yourself, right, what am I eating? Right. What is my physical health routine? Right. Like, am I working out? Am I walking? Right. One thing I've learned, so I went through this little health thing that the job had or whatever, and it's I think it's called like Life Appeal or Real Appeal or something like that. And what they focus on is like the calories. Okay. So even if you don't you know, and like, no, don't get me wrong, like you have to have a balance. You know, you need to have like greens and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you don't have the money financially to pay for, you know, eat all these whatever, can you go spend $2, $3 on a salad, you know, at Walmart, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah, of course.
you know, like we just have to make the choice every day. And I'm talking to myself really because I'm not making the choice.
Right.
Like this is probably the area out of the 5.
Yeah.
That I'm the worst at.
area. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Me too.
So, you know, we just have to make sure we prioritize it and there's ways to still be healthy,
right,
and be on a budget.
That's true. I think, so we can do it. We know money is one excuse, but since we're talking about time, that's another excuse that we hear. I ain't got the time.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got the time. If you make time, you have more time.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, you know, and we got to understand that our health is so important. If we don't take time and make the time to focus on our health, we lose time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'd rather be intentional with my health. And maybe we just need to organize our lives a little bit more better, so that we can have the time to do a meal prep or, you know, go to the gym. And I'm talking to myself too, you know, because season change. And the season change meaning my son, the older he get, the more active he get, his schedule changes. And, you know, that changed the dynamics for my wife and I. So
right.
I have to learn how to adjust my time so that I can meal prep, and so that I can go to the gym or whatever. But I have to understand that this should be priority, because it would cause me to have more time that I can watch my son grow and watch his kids, you know, because we had them super late, man. I want to live to see my grandkids.
Yeah.
You know, by the time he my age, I'm going to be like 70, dude.
Yeah. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, so I need more time, man. But we have to make the time to create the time, so that we can have more time, you know, in the future. If that makes sense.
You ever thought about you can be picking them up from school one day and be like, hey, is that your grandpa?
Yeah, all the time.
Did you really think of that?
Yeah, because I realized that when I take my kid to school, I might be the older parent, the oldest parent there. Yeah. You know.
Did you have a kid like that, like when you was growing up?
I did. I can name them too. I ain't even gonna do it. But
oh man, yeah.
But you be like, that's your grandma? That's your mama. My bad. But yeah. I'm like, now I'm like, oh, I'm finna be that parent.
You ain't that old though, so it's just funny to make the joke. So
yeah, yeah, man. By the time I hit college though, he can't be 60, dude.
Dang, is that real?
Yeah. Let me see, 18.
Nah.
What 30? Yeah, I don't know, man.
Close, huh? You're right. Man, you're probably right.
Late 50s.
All right.
I just don't want to be that dad that's trying to look young.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be that dad. But anyway,
you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be hot and not. Right. So.
Right. But that's physical fitness.
That's physical. I mean, so much more we can go into physical, but
what was that?
Oh, I'm gonna hit this actually.
Go ahead.
This is also stems from mental.
Okay.
Health is being in a good physical condition. It is a way that it's according to how you feel.
Right.
And I guess technically and look a little bit, but more so to how you feel.
Yeah, that's true.
And you have to make sure that you have a healthy look at how you feel, or a healthy look at how you look, if that makes sense.
A healthy view of how you feel and how you look.
Yeah, and this is why I say this, right? Because
that's true. So
many people, especially nowadays, with just the constant attention that's on physical appearance because of social media.
Right.
And, you know, we're always taking pictures, we're always making videos, we're always whatever. Don't let somebody else's picture of beauty affect what you think about yourself.
That's true. Yeah.
Like you matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
big facts. Big facts. Big facts.
The amount of people that we see making adjustments and making, changes to their physical appearance through surgery and, enhancements and
shortcuts.
Shortcuts, right? Because it's based off of what somebody else feels about them. And don't get me wrong, like I get my hair cut because I want my wife to love it. I got a beard now.
Right.
Because my wife loves a beard. There's going to be things that, that whatever, right? But
right.
I'm not saying that you don't do those things at all, but I'm just saying that make sure it's healthy for you.
That's true.
I just, I just had to hit on that.
By the way, man, I watched one pod, bro. You ain't had no beard. Boy, you look super young. I was the editor. I said, boy, look young. And it was just last July.
Yeah.
I was like, dang. But anyway, go ahead, bro.
When I get 40, I'm gonna shave it off again. Like a kid.
Yeah. But nah, that's true, man. I agree. That's why I think all this stuff is spiritual, bro. Because you feel good, you look good.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you view yourself, man. That's spiritual. That's stuff that nobody can take away from you, you know? And I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
All right, next thing.
Last thing.
Is
this the last one?
Last activity.
What we got?
The last activity that you should do
with your time.
Okay. Every single day.
Every single day.
Every single day.
Every single day.
Be intentional about this.
Ooh, what is it?
Relationships.
Ooh.
Or relational. You should be practicing building relationship or better relationships with people.
That's true. I struggle with this.
Yeah, and I get it. You got a fur baby. Right. I get it.
A fur baby?
Yeah, like a dog, cat. I get it, right? That's all you need in your life, quote unquote, right? I get it. I promise you I get it.
Oh, man.
But you need to have good relationships with other humans.
Nah, that's true.
I know. They hurt you. I know. I get it. I promise you, I get it. But that ain't everybody. We have to make sure. Like, it's so important for our wholeness,
right? To
have positive interactions.
I agree.
With other human beings.
I agree. Have you noticed that the more technology increased and more social medias network developed, the more mental, what they call it, mental health diminishes, like depression, anxiety, and all that. It's like the more we take people away from people, it affects our mental. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I noticed that. I noticed that when I'm in a house all week and I don't talk to nobody, but I'm on social media, I'm in a rut. Like it just don't feel good, man. Mentally, it don't feel good.
Yeah.
So I need to get out and talk to somebody. Need a hug, hug my wife, and stuff.
You'll be surprised. Yeah. You'll be surprised on how much that a conversation could mean for your day.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, you'll be surprised. Like, I talk to people all day, every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I never get tired of it. And somebody asked me this yesterday or today, whatever. No, I think it was yesterday. They asked me, it was like, man, do you ever get tired of talking to people?
You got a right network.
Uh-huh.
You got a good network.
What you mean?
Nah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
They're like, you ever get tired of talking to people? I was like, nah, because I love pouring into people.
Okay.
Like, I don't selfishly talk to people.
Right.
Like, and again, I'm very high on the purpose piece.
Okay.
So it doesn't affect me the way that it probably affects other people to talk to people all the time, because like, I'm pouring into you. If I'm talking to you, I'm typically pouring into you.
Right.
Or I'm helping you with something or whatever. I'm not talking. What I do get tired of, I get tired of being on the phone with somebody. If it's just like circular.
Yeah.
Or if it's like complaining.
Oh,
or if it's like,
okay. I was about to ask you about that.
Yeah, like I don't like
that drains me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're so, I don't know if this is accurate, but I'm gonna say it.
Go ahead and say it. We're gonna put it in a book of Be More to Do More.
If you're feeling like, if you're getting drained from your conversations with people, then you need to check your relationships. You need to check your conversations.
I'm about to say that because sometimes I get drained, bro.
it's very rare for somebody that's having a relationship. I'm sorry, having a conversation with someone that's is building them up.
Right.
It's very rare that you get like, you know, you have a decline.
Yeah.
It's very rare that it happens. Typically, you're gonna be, oh, yeah, man, we're gonna do that. We're gonna be pumped up. Like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna try that. Oh, yeah, that's a good advice.
Right.
But if you're getting drained by a lot of your conversations, you're probably not having the right conversations. And that's just my personal opinion. Right. I'm a thought leader out here.
My boy, a thought leader. So, well, it's not that people drain me. Well, I ain't gonna say people.
Well, I wasn't taking shots at you, by the way. I'm sorry. No,
you good. We good, man. Some people, I guess, because I'm intentional.
Yeah.
So if we're not sharing ideas,
right,
or we're talking about purpose or something with some meat,
right,
that drains me.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I can't talk on surface. I don't like it. I don't like being on surface. I never did. But, you know, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But relationships, man, you got to spend time. That's one thing that I kind of do struggle with, though. I think I don't know if I need to prioritize my relationships, or I don't know, man, because it's like, I think I speak to my business partners more than I speak to we speak, like, me and you speak every day. Me and Mrs. People, like, we speak every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But some of my family members I don't talk to every day.
I mean, it's like when you're very purpose driven,
right?
Because majority of the people that are around you, or the majority of the people that are in your network,
right,
whether it's personal or professional, especially personal though, they're not on the same journey of becoming as you are.
Yeah, I think that's my problem.
So it's not saying that you throw them away. There's a time, like, everybody don't want to talk business all the time, right? Like,
that's true.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I love to talk about business,
right?
But, you know, also if I call my brother, or if I call, you know, maybe my sister, even, like, we just like chopping it up, or Super Bowls, you know, like, just happen, right? So, like, you know, fellowshipping with people that way, right? Like, it's like, you know, those are, but it's a limited time. Right. And that's all it is, that you put limited time on those type of conversations. That's why you don't talk to those people a lot.
Makes sense.
This is what you'll know. Just pay attention. All my doobies out there.
Doobies.
Just pay attention. What you'll realize is that right now you're on the road of becoming.
Yep.
And there's people that you won't give an ounce of your time to at all right now. But what you'll realize is that some of those people, when they see you achieve a different level of success, and they see the happiness that you have from applying these 5 activities in your life and being whole,
right,
and you're utilizing the do more leadership journal, right? What am I doing right? And you're growing as a person. When they see that, they're going to come around you. And what you'll notice is you'll start making time for that person that you would never talk to.
Right.
Because now they're on the same journey.
Right.
They're starting the journey that you're already on, and you want to help them.
Right.
And that's the difference.
You're excited that they're about to get on that train with you. Yeah.
So it's not that you don't care for those people.
Right.
It's just y'all now on the same journey.
Right.
So it's just, I'm going to talk to you,
right, but
it's going to be on Sunday right after church. On my way home.
No shot to anybody who Henry talked to on Sunday after church.
It's like 15 minutes, right, 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Now, I would say, all right, for me, so now what I am practicing, though, starting this year, is that, so my circle, even my personal circle, being more intentional with that. Like, I feel like if I say this, it's going to come off like selfish.
Oh, let's just say it in.
Yeah, let's say it. But I feel like the people who, like my business partners, for one, you and I, we personal too, because we family. Mm-hmm. So it just makes sense. But like family who I feel like who's out for my best interest too. Mm-hmm. Like my mom, she's a nurturer. She cares about me.
Right, right.
And it sounds selfish. So I keep her close.
Yeah.
You know, and I make sure I spend that time with my grandmother. You know, I keep her close.
Yep.
Who else? Like my aunt. You know, but the circle is really small when it comes to my personal life. You know, because we pull from one another and the love. Because sometimes I need that pour. You know, I need somebody to pour into me like that type of love. You know, I told my stepdad. I said, man, it's good to go with your family. You know, go home to go see your family, like, you know, every now and then, because, like, of course, being married, you know, you start your own family, and your family pull on you so much. You know, you need somebody to kind of, not saying that my wife don't pour into me, but you need to be son sometimes. You know, you need to lay on your mama and get a hug. You need that sometimes. Yeah. And I value that. So I make sure that I make time for that. And like my grandmother, like those type of things, because you're not going to have them forever. Yeah. Speaking of time. And you don't want to, you know, when time comes or permits, you dang, man, I wish I had more time. You know what I mean? Or spend more time with this person, and you know that, you know, stuff like that. So, man, I took my grandmother on a date, man. I was going for her birthday. I said, January hit, and I said, first I was like, I'm gonna buy her something. I was like, nah, man. You know, we never remember the things that somebody bought us. If you think about it, we always remember experiences. So I said, I'm gonna take her out to dinner, and I'm gonna take her to the movies. She ain't been to the movies I don't know how long. We went to go see Color Purple, bro. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that movie with her.
You do right by me.
Because first of all, elderly folks have no movie manners. And it's just funny. And it so happened we went in the movies, and it was mostly senior citizens. So they talking, girl, you better kill him. You know, just don't take him back. You better not. She's stupid. You know, that's crazy, man. They talking to each other, man. It's crazy. Phones going off. It was crazy. But I enjoyed that time, you know, and like I want to deposit those in her, you know, deposit more of those, because, you know, like I say, life is but a vapor. Which brings us to wait. There we go. Scripture of the week. I want to bring up the scripture, man, because we're talking about time. And the scripture comes from James, and I think it's chapter 4. And I think we want to start from the 13th verse. James chapter 4:13. It says, "Come now, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go to such and such a city, spend a year there, buy and sell, and make a profit. Whereas you do not know what will happen tomorrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away." Pretty much we make all these plans about tomorrow, about the next day. Jesus said, worry not about tomorrow, for tomorrow have his worries of his own. We think so far ahead, we plan so far ahead, and we miss out on the now and the people that's in our lives now, because we don't know when we will leave here or when they will leave here. But we don't want anything to happen where we're living in regret, because life is but a vapor, man. And we gotta learn how to really invest in the most valuable asset that we have that we can't get back, and that's time. You know, whether spiritually, mentally, physically, purposefully, you know, relationship, you know, whatever it is, we got to learn how to really manage our time better, so we can squeeze the most out of time that we can, so that other people can be affected by our lives, and then our legacy will live on. Yep.
Bars.
Yeah. Bars. Yeah, man.
So those are the 5 activities that you have to get done in your day.
Right.
So, Henry, Tone.
Yes, sir.
I'm busy. I got 3 kids. I got a husband. I got a boyfriend.
That joke don't matter.
Like, I got all these things. I can't do all this.
I can't.
Right. Words are important, right?
Yeah.
So let me give you some tangible.
Give me some tangible.
Realistic kind of scheduling, if you will. Now, and I'm gonna take a consideration that, you got kids that are of age that need to go to school. Maybe you drop them off at school, or
right.
Maybe they have at the school activities like sports or whatever. So I'm gonna take that into consideration too, right?
Right.
And I'm gonna give you a rough outline of how you can incorporate these 5 activities into your schedule.
Okay.
Now you ain't gonna want to hear this one. You ain't gonna want to hear this first one. I'm telling you.
What's the first one? Wake up early.
Wake up early. You're sleeping too late.
Oh,
I don't know how many episodes we talked about sleep, but you probably get up in just enough time to leave the house.
Right. Wow.
And that's just not gonna work.
Wow.
Sorry. Now, when you add order, and all this is doing is adding order to your life.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing today.
Definitely.
We're adding order to your life. So my recommendation is to wake up 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
And that ain't terribly early. Let's be real.
Right.
My alarm goes off.
Are you giving us times to do this?
What you mean?
You giving us times to do all this stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you times.
Okay.
Is that cool?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm just I'm shocked. Okay. Get out notes.
6 a.m. You should be waking up.
Yeah.
At 6, your first thing that you should be doing is you should be focusing on your spiritual.
Okay.
And it may not take you, and I say an hour, from 6 to 7 is spiritual time.
Right.
It may not take you an hour. It may be 15 minutes. It may be 30 minutes.
Mine is 4.
It's 4 minutes?
4 hours.
Oh, 4 hours? Right. It may, but let's be real. Like somebody that, you're an entrepreneur. So you got that flexibility.
And my life too, entrepreneurial ministry though. So it's a little different. It's purpose.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
So let's call it 6 to 7, the average, person that works 9 to 5 or whatever, right?
Right.
6 to 7 spiritual life.
Yeah.
7 to 8, that should be your mental time.
Right.
Your mental time should also, or can also, be when you're getting ready.
Right.
Whether that's earphones in your ear, right? I got a speaker that I play depending on if my kids are up or not. Mm-hmm. I play it on my loudspeaker, developing myself for mental, music to get my mental going right.
Right.
It may be, again, that hour in spiritual, maybe it's 30 minutes of spiritual and you need an hour for mental because, whatever, right? Like you got to figure out how that works for you in your life. But 7 to 8 is mental time. Right. 8 to 9 is dropping kids off, getting to work, breakfast, all those things. Again, I don't know your schedule. Maybe you cook breakfast every day. Maybe you need to figure out a way to get breakfast quicker. Right. Right. Maybe, you got to figure out a way to, again, like you got a lot of money, I ain't trying to be funny, but they say where you're going, you ain't really gonna need it. Right. Right. Use some of that. If none of this stuff is in play, right, all the money you make, it ain't gonna mean nothing. Yeah. True. So whatever you got to do, right? Whatever that looks like, 8 to 9 is travel time. Mm. You may not need. So really, before you leave the house, you got 3 hours to get your spirit right, get your vibe right for the day, get your mind right for the day, right, and get your kids ready. Right. You can't do that in 3 hours. I think so. This is a problem. This is what I have a problem with the time, because it's too rigid. It's like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I think if you divide the day into like sharpen the axe, you know what I mean? One part of the day sharpen the axe, like versus 1 hour, 2 hours. That I would have anxiety with that schedule. Yeah, you're not a. I would have anxiety. You're an S. Because I'm gonna tell. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what. Nah, that's not even the S in me. That's the Oh, it's the I. It's the I. Yeah. Because I'm going to see if I'm doing this on my spiritual, like, so 6 to 7, I'm going to be thinking about what I should be doing 7 to 8 because I don't want to miss the time.
So you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
versus being in the moment with 6 to 7, I'm going to be thinking about 7 to 8. And when I get to 7 to 8, I'm like, dang, I got to do this. So it's going to cause me to think ahead. So I think it should be like, you got to break it down like chunks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 3 hours, you're 6 to 9.
Sharpening the X, right?
You got to figure out what you can do from between 6 and 9.
Right.
Like that's what I say. It could be 30 minutes for your spirit. Like I don't know what it looks like for every person.
Right.
This is just my recommendation.
Yeah.
Right. You ain't gotta. This is just my.
Now we got to know who we're talking to. The restorative here.
Right. Right.
Go ahead.
By the way, I'm restored. So if you
you got to make that disclaimer.
Clifton Strengths. My number one thing is restorative. I find the problem, I fix the problem, period. So you got a problem in your life is out of order. This is my solution for you to fix it.
Right.
It may not work for you. And it's okay.
Yeah.
You might have to do this stuff at the end of the day.
Right.
If that works for you, it works for you.
Right. Right.
Whatever,
Right.
Because some people, if I don't read my word before I go to sleep, I ain't gonna wake up right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Maybe you got to hit the ground running right at, whatever, right?
Right.
But the principle is, don't sleep your development away.
Nah.
Like
that. See, I think, and that's probably the issue in most cases is that we value sleep too much.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, we only need 6 to 8 hours.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
And I think if we learn to manage that correctly,
Yeah.
then our day. My issue is though, one day I'm going to bed at 1 because I'm catching up, but the next day I'm waking up at 6. If that makes sense. So one day it's like it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be out of. You may be out of whack some days, right?
Yeah.
And I don't mean that. Again, these are recommendations that you should do every day.
Right.
Are there days? Again, how often do I work out?
Right.
I really right now, right? I'm in the season right now where I don't really work out as much.
We finna be hot, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna be hot.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So and typically most people work a 9 to 5.
Right.
So 9 o'clock in the morning, I mean, you're at work, you're working on your purpose, working on your skill,
right,
or whatever. And that's the other part about this, right?
Right.
You trying to tell me from 9 to 5 that you're busy every single moment of the day?
Nah, I know.
No.
I know they playing around.
No, you're playing around. You know how I know? Because you searching on social media. You looking at IG.
Right.
I know you. Like, who you fooling?
You
Instead of using that time, like that's what happens. We waste our time throughout the day.
Right.
We waste our time throughout the day, man.
Right.
So,
my bad. I ain't mean to interrupt your schedule, man. Go ahead.
No, you good.
I just got anxiety just listening to it.
It's okay because it ain't for you, right? It's for the person that needs this,
right?
Because there's somebody out there that needs this. Like, dang, it sounds so simple because it is.
Right. Nah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So 9 to 5 is purpose time, skills time.
Okay.
Sharpening, I don't know if it's sharpening your axe or using the axe. I don't know, whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
That block of time.
That's using the axe, yeah. Go ahead.
Now it goes into putting the axe back in the shed. I don't know if that's I don't know. But you go into your physical.
Right.
5 to 6.
Right.
Let's work out, right? Let's, get our food, prepare our food, right? Whatever it is.
Right.
And honestly, I'm not a fan of working out for an hour. I'm just being honest with you.
Man, I feel you.
Like I feel like a good 20, 30 minutes of some hit, like high cardio, whatever.
You good.
I'm good. I'm like, I don't feel like my wife lost like 20, 30 pounds doing that.
That's what's up.
Right? Like, just got to do it, right?
Man, see, I struggle with that too, bro. For one, I can't work out in the afternoon. So in the mornings, my spiritual life is fighting with my physical life.
Yeah. Why not incorporate them?
That's true. I can listen to a sermon while working out, right?
Yeah.
That's true. But check this out. When I work out with my trainer, Mr. You Know Who, it's more than an hour. hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, just tell them I ain't got that kind of time. I'm being real. Like, you gotta, like, hey, I can't. I'm busy. I can't be here. I need to get these same results in a third of the time.
Yeah, and you know what? Because this is what I realized about the man. Never mind. We
no. Go ahead.
Because most of the trainers, they think you're them. Like, their industry is working out.
Right.
You know,
we ain't got I ain't no meathead, bro. I ain't got, like, I left working out back in for hours working at, I was in high school. I work out for,
right.
Like,
I'm not doing no competition.
No, I just need to feel good.
Right.
That's it.
Right. So anyway,
feel good. I ain't finna work out for no hour. No, that's just me though. That's just me.
Right.
Some people love working out.
Right.
And again, you might take 30 minutes from your mental and add 30 minutes to your physical.
That's true.
It doesn't matter how you do it.
Right.
You just got to do it though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it goes to the relational, right?
Okay.
6 to 8. Cuz you got a lot you should make sure that you, and again, I'm assuming, and this is what I'm assuming. Again, you have 3 important people that you need to talk to. They should get 30 minutes apiece. Right. So
I like that. 3 important people.
Yeah. For me, I got, my wife. I got 2 kids that live in the household with me. I got Alan. Right. I got, so, and then, the next last 30 minutes, hour, I get 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes to my mom.
Right.
Maybe it's 10 minutes to my brother. Right. Maybe it's 10 minutes to my cousin. Maybe it's 10 minutes to my sister.
I'm out.
Like, that's it. And it's 8:00 at this time. So, okay, let's say that you need more time. Okay. But by 10 o'clock, you need to be in the bed because you're waking up at 6.
That's my other problem. I want to watch this show.
Yeah. You can watch 8 to 10. You watch 2. I'm telling you, me and my wife watch an episode and a half because she go to sleep at like half through the second episode. Watch an episode and a half every single night. Episode and a half.
Let's see, you're a true coach, bro.
Why you say that?
Culture exec.
So I'm gonna recap this really quick.
Okay, go ahead.
So all my doobies out there.
Doobies.
If you need help on what do you do with your time,
right?
There are 5 activities that you need to put in place.
Okay.
The first activity is spiritual. How are you getting your vibes right?
Boom.
Is that praying? Is that reading your word? Is it meditation? From 6 to 7, you got to do your spiritual.
Right.
You should do your if you're waking up at 8 o'clock, if you're waking up at 9 o'clock, you're losing.
Right.
Wake up at least 3 hours before you have to be to work. Activity number 2, mental. From 7 to 8, you should be doing things to impact your mental.
Right.
Whether that's music, whether that's listening to a podcast, something to get your mind right. So spiritual is about your relationship with God. Mental is about your relationship with yourself.
Amen.
Skill or purpose.
Skills.
9 to 5. Right? We left at 8. That 8 to 9, you should be traveling to work, whatever you got to do, dropping kids off, whatever you got to do. 9 to 5, you should be focusing on your purpose.
Yeah.
It should take majority of your time.
Skills and purpose.
What are you doing to make your life better? Typically, it's going to be your work, right? Typically, it's going to be, whatever it is. And hopefully, you're in a situation where you don't have to work that long.
Right.
But if you are, it is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
That's what the most world is.
Mama.
Number 4 activity is physical.
Yeah.
How are you eating? What are your eating habits, I guess?
Jesus.
Are you working out? From 5 to 6, this should be a routine. You don't need an hour to work out, in my opinion.
Mama.
A good 20, 30 minute hit cardio. Get in there, get out. You busy. You ain't got time for that. But if you need an hour, you got the hour.
Well, you got to sacrifice it from somewhere
else. If you need to pull it from somewhere else, if maybe you're a person that loves to work out.
Right.
Hour and a half.
You know what?
Cool.
Never mind. Go ahead.
Last activity, relational. Your relationships. From 6 to 8, You should be working in relationships. Most people got at least 2 to 3 people that's important to them. For me, it's my wife. She gets 30 minutes. My kids get 30 minutes apiece, right? And I got 10 minutes for 3 other people. Like you have to control your time.
Yeah.
And if you want to do something, call more people, or if you want to spend more time on your spiritual, you got 8 to 10 to do that. But by 10 o'clock, your butt need to be in the bed. Go to sleep.
Go to bed. Cause why?
Because you got to get back up at 6 and do it all over again.
Man, I love being an ad-lib.
So stop playing.
Stop playing.
And use your time in the order that is designed to use it. And some of these things may be spiritual, maybe at the end of the day for you.
Right.
Like it's interchangeable, but these are the 5 activities that you must do every single day. Wake up at 6, go to bed at 10, period.
Boom. Bro, so I got a question though.
Yeah.
Before we go, where'd you get all this from?
My doobies out there.
Doobies.
Reminder, get you the What Am I Doing Right journal.
Oh.
What am I doing right journal? This will allow you to be able to help track, right? Oh, well, dang, Henry. Okay. What's my wholeness evaluation?
Yeah, let's see.
How is my mental health? On a scale of 1 to 10, how's my mental health?
Yeah.
How much did I improve my physical health today?
Oh.
How close do I feel with God?
Oh.
Did I improve any relationships today?
Man.
How well did I do that?
Wow.
How much closer do I feel to reaching my purpose? This journal allows you
to track
every single week, every single day, on a weekly basis, I guess, on how well you're doing it. And then guess what? It asks you some more questions. What goals did you accomplish this week?
Oh.
What went right this week? What did you learn this week that's going to make next week better? Here's the beautiful part about this. After about 4 to 8 weeks of doing this, you're going to be in so much more of a better spot. But here's the beautiful part about it. In a year from now, you're going to have somebody that's struggling with the same thing that you're struggling with, that you struggled with a year ago. And now you have all these notes of what you did and what you experienced on how you got through it. And you're going to be able to help the next person.
My bad, I slipped because I was about to say boom.
Boom.
Look, now I don't have anxiety anymore because I have a tracker.
That's it, man. That's all I got. That's all I got. I feel like, dang, we're waxing deep on this one, man.
Yeah, man. But hey, they had to get it, man. They had to get all this information. Look, you guys be sure you go to Amazon and look up What Am I Doing Right? That's WRITE. What Am I Doing Right? Leadership Journal. All that Henry just spoke today about tracking your time and tracking your activities. We have these trackers in the journal itself where you can make adjustments, improve yourself. And then, in the future, like you said, pass it on, man. So make sure y'all go get that What Am I Doing Right journal on Amazon. Look it up. And I think that's it. Y'all got to be sure to like, subscribe, share this information, and hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell, man. I think we out now. We good?
We out. Told somebody keep their head up because you concerned about them. Stick and move, we can get it done. Call it unity, it ain't no way around it. Cultivating, we get motivation from the big guy. We don't play about them. Going hard for the game, showing.